Ms. DioGuardi.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank Chairman Hyde and Congressman Lantos for your leadership in calling this hearing and for both of you for introducing HRES 28. I address this body today with the same convictions I had 10 years ago when I decided to devote myself to helping to resolve the Balkan conflict. And that is that the United States shares a moral imperative with the world after the Nazi Holocaust to prevent the resurgence of fascism and ultranationalism in the heart of Europe, and that it is in the vital interests of the United States to further peace and democracy in the context of a united Europe. My position and the position of the Albanian American Civic League is that there will be no lasting peace and stability in the Balkans until the Albanian dimension of the conflict is resolved, and that begins first and foremost with recognizing the independence of Kosovo. Until that happens, I believe that we're going to continue to recycle the failed foreign policy of the past, risking renewed conflict in the region at a time when we can least afford to face it, with the full-blown crisis in the Middle East, the turmoil in Iraq, Afghanistan, etc. My point of departure for evaluating U.S. foreign policy in the Balkans is its impact on the reality that Albanians have faced for 125 years. And that reality is arrest, torture, imprisonment, occupation, ethnic cleansing, forced expulsion, and genocide. This is the reality that's been repeatedly obscured and concealed, first when the great powers carved up Albanian lands after the Balkan Wars, then through 4 decades of communism, finally leading to the rise of Slobodan Milosevic, who we all know rose to power on the backs of Albanians and Bosnians through racism. When all is said and done, the United States and Europe stood and sat by and watched while Milosevic occupied Kosovo, waged 4 wars of aggression in the Balkans, and committed genocide, slaughtering more than 300,000 people, displacing 4 million. And I actually believe the United States never intended to intervene in Kosovo. It was finally forced to in 1 year when the Kosovo Liberation Army rose up to defend the innocent civilians of Kosovo, and our own diplomatic maneuverings failed. I believe that Albanians in post-war Kosovo are back to exactly where they were in 1913, at the mercy of external powers, this time the United States as well as Russia and Europe, and they are wrongly being depicted by Serbia as the principal source of violence in the Balkans and wrongly as a threat to regional stability. I hope that your committee will ask the main question, which for me is, and which Dana Rohrabacher raised, why is U.S. foreign policy focused on the oppressors? Why is it still Belgrade-centered? And why are we refusing to confront what I believe is the main issue, which is the need to denazify and democratize Serbia?